on, one more time, over every situation. Declare this. You are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. Come on, can we give him praise tonight?
Well, good evening, friends. I'm really excited to be with you. It's a little funny in the sanctuary. There's only seven of us total, so we are here in few numbers, but we're gonna have a good time. Oh, the Deckers are here. Never mind. We'll have a few more joining us in just a second. And I guess I didn't count Odie. You're right. Yeah, 8. I didn't count this one that was strapped onto me. I forgot. How could I forget him? I'm really excited to be with you all, either virtually or in person, and to get to talk about this upcoming year in children's ministry. It's a really weird year to think about. And who knows what it'll even look like in a year or in a month or in a week. It feels like we're kind of shifting week by week as so many of our schools are doing as well. You guys are just familiar with that shifting. That's hard and disorienting for us. So we at Shawnee, the CMLT, and I met last week and did our best just to plan kind of in pencil and to make lots of different options for us moving forward. The church staff and I have been in lots of conversations together, and we feel really good about what this next year will hopefully look like for us and for the things that we've planned. Hoping that it'll all work out in the ways that we hope to, but we have some alternative ideas as well if that's what needs to happen. So we have a few more friends joining us. I'll let them get settled, and then we'll kind of jump into what this next year looks like. Hi, Deckers. I might need someone on OD duty in a little bit if you guys want. No, he's okay for now. Thank you. As our friends are getting settled in here, there should be a QR code that comes up on your screen here in just a second. If you just pull up your phone camera, if you have a smartphone, or if you have a QR reader app on your phone, both of those will work, and scan that, it should bring up our booklet, our church calendar. Some of the devices that I used to try this out made the images pixelated. So if that happens for you, let me know, and I will get you a copy of our booklet that's not pixelated. My device, it worked fine, so I'm hoping that it'll work for you guys. I have a little one that's falling asleep. Yeah. I want to share, if you'll go to the first page of that booklet, it has our philosophy and purpose on it, and I just want to share that for us today. At Shawnee, we partner with families in leaning into, learning from, and journeying alongside our kids as we discover together the love of God for us and for the whole world. We discover God's love as we interact with different generations, are composed by different cultures, and encounter different experiences in worship. We believe that everything we do together can teach us more about God and our neighbor. We respond to this love by loving God and loving others with all of ourselves. So this is what we do at Shawnee as our family and kids ministry. This is kind of our philosophy in everything that we do. And this year has taught me a lot. Since March, I've learned a lot about kids ministry. I've learned a lot about family ministry. And I shared with our CMLT back in May, our children's ministry leadership team back in May, that I've really felt a leading from the Spirit to move away from some of the programmatic thinking that's really easy for me because it's really quantifiable. Like, I can measure how well we're doing by how well these programs are going. But to release that need to feel checked and being able to see progress, and to allow the Spirit to lead us towards discipling and equipping families for what it looks like to be spiritually growing in their households. And I think that this space and time of living in a pandemic has been really hard and really difficult for us. and I recognize that. I also think there have been gifts that I have received from this time in learning that we can do this as families, that we are called to be the primary spiritual leaders in our homes, and my job is to come alongside parents and families and to equip them in this work, while also be actively engaged in your kids' lives. And so I've just been learning that these last few months and have felt a really strong leading from the Spirit to move us in that direction, for our ministry and our philosophy of ministry. So that is kind of the lens that we took to look toward this next year back in May when we met for a retreat. A lot has changed since May, and our plans have changed with them, but we've tried to continue to keep that a lens that we look through as we look toward what ministry can look like in these days. People who have helped me make all of these decisions, the biggest contributors to all of that is our children's ministry leadership team. And I am so grateful for this group of individuals. I want to introduce each of them to you tonight. We have a little video that will help let you know what they're doing in children's ministry this next year.
Hi, I'm Danielle Broadbooks, and I serve on CMLT with missions, which just means I get to help focus our littlest learners on how we love each other and show each other Jesus, both here, locally, and around the world.
I'm Michelle Demler, and I am in charge of small groups, and I work to help make sure that we have volunteers scheduled for the Sunday school subs and for Wednesday night activities, and also to help with the check-in table.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth.
And I'm Andrew Donaldson.
And this year we'll be helping with the preteen ministry and with the lead team.
We're so excited to get to spend some time this year getting to know your kids a little bit better and helping lead them to Jesus.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Rowell. And I'm Jolene Cornelius. And together we coordinate the nursery and preschool program here at Shawnee that we call the Cul-de-sac.
We've missed worshiping with these little ones and are looking forward to being together again, hopefully soon. We are making plans and discussing what in-person worship will look like with these little ones. We'll be reaching out to our volunteer staff and trying to gauge what everyone's comfort level is and willingness to engage in in-person worship, so be looking for that if you are a volunteer with us. We love these little ones so much and feel so privileged to worship alongside them each week.
My name is Jason Decker, and I'm in charge of events, so I'll be coordinating things like 5K and other fun events like that.
I'm so grateful for this group of leaders. A few of our friends on the CMLT weren't able to join us at our meeting when we filmed that video. Dar Hartshorn is also helping with our early childhood kiddos. She kind of in the past has facilitated our Wednesday night stuff in the cul-de-sac. And then Ross Polite is also a member of CMLT, and he oversees security and volunteer appreciation, those sorts of things. And then lastly, Erin Schultz this last week has joined our CMLT, and she is overseeing the preschool that meets here, ATPS. And so we're really excited to also have Erin joining our group this year. And I'm just so incredibly grateful for this group of leaders and for all that they do to help minister to our families and kids at Shawnee. So I want to just jump in. I'm going to kind of run through what we're thinking children's ministry is going to look like, and then we'll have time after I say all of this information and just dump it all on you. We'll have time for questions. If you guys have any questions, both here in the sanctuary or online, we'll have someone checking out our Facebook feed, and we'll relay your questions to us to see if we can help answer them. So I'm just kind of going to run through each piece of children's ministry and kind of how we're thinking this might look the next few months. And we might shift this completely in a few weeks. Who knows? But for now, this is our plan and this is our hope. And we feel really good about what this will look like. So I want to start with Sunday mornings. Kids worship will begin on October 11th. So that's not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. So only one more Sunday of family worship, and then we'll start up kids worship again, and I'm really, really excited. This will be in person and online. So we will have an opportunity for our kids to either join in kids worship in person. We'll meet in Tuumpteen, which will be a different space for us to do kids worship in. It's our Wednesday night space. So that's where we'll be meeting on Sunday mornings for now. Or you're also welcome, kids, to join in kids worship online. And right now, that'll start out as a Zoom call. So we'll send out that Zoom information to our families, and you'll be able to join and participate in worship almost like you're in person. It'll be a little different, I know, but we'll do our best to make sure that you're included and that you're able to participate in worship as best that we can. I'm really excited for that. Right now, that will look like our normal Sunday morning routine pre-COVID. So at 9:30, we will have prayer in the purple room for our lead team members and our volunteers that are serving that morning. If at all possible, we ask that they can all join us at 9:30. We go over the morning together, our routines and our responsibilities, and then we just pray together over the morning. And I'm really thankful for that time. I think it's really important to have those 15, 20 minutes together. Then from 9:30 to 10:10, we'll have volunteers running our check-in and welcome stations. That's going to look a little bit different in these days with some new mindful measures. So we want to provide some extra time for our families to get all checked in and ready to go. There will be not a ton of time separate, kind of like it was before. Our kids will be sent out into kids worship, and then they will return at the end of service for Eucharist together with their families. We'll receive the benediction, and then we'll sing the doxology together. And right now, we're not having Sunday school, so families will leave just as they would normally before we started kids worship again. For now, kids will return back to their families whenever we come back into the sanctuary. So kids, whenever we'll be in kids worship, and then whenever it's time to come back in for the Eucharist, we have a new way to get back and forth. I'll explain in just a second so that we can stay socially distanced from each other. But once we come back in, slowly, kind of one at a time, we'll be joining back with our parents at that point. So we won't have check-out time at this time. Just because our numbers right now in person are so few, that feels like it's the safest option for us to make sure that we're able to keep kids distanced from one another and back with their families as soon as possible. So that's a slight change to our policy and procedures that will be temporary. As our numbers grow or as things change, we'll make those adjustments. But that's something that parents, you will be notified of every time that you check your kiddos in, and you'll just sign that's okay. That'll be how we try this out for now. We will continue doing family worship the third Sunday of every month. So for anyone who is, but for anyone who's more comfortable to remain in worship as a family, we'll continue to have our intergenerational pieces in worship as well every week. So our engagement bags will always be available with some updated bulletins that are on the same text that our pastor's preaching from and that sort of thing. So we'll still have those intergenerational family worship pieces every Sunday for families who would feel more comfortable worshiping together, either here in the sanctuary or online. Here are the mindful measures that we'll be doing in order to help keep everyone safe as we kind of navigate this new thing of welcoming our kids back for kids worship. Kids and volunteers will have temperature checks upon check-in each Sunday. We have these really cool stands that if you're in school, you probably have done already, but you kind of stand in front of it and it measures your temperature on your forehead, or you can put your wrist in front of it and it measures your temperature on your wrist. It's really cool. Derek and I might have played with it a lot this afternoon and seen what our temperature was. It's really fun. So we'll do that. Parents will be asked if their families experienced any COVID symptoms upon check-in. They'll have a little questionnaire to fill out each week. Kids and volunteers will remain 6 feet apart at all times. The ways that we're going to do that is for those who are worshiping in person, kids, you'll be dismissed by row just like you would be at the end of the service. And then there are going to be circles in the back that are 6 feet apart, and you'll go and you'll stand on a circle. And then there's a circle trail that will be leading all the way back to Tuamteen. And when the circle in front of you is open, you'll be able to step forward to that circle. Those circles are 6 feet apart. Once you get to Tuamteen, there's going to be hula hoops taped to the floor all the way around the room. Those will be distanced, and you'll be able to pick a hula hoop, and you can stay within that space until it's time to come on back to the sanctuary. Let me find my place. We'll sanitize surfaces often and have hand sanitizer available for anyone who would like it. Kids will be, I already explained this, but they'll be sent from the sanctuary by row and walk on a distanced circle trail to the kids' worship area and back. So I'm excited for this time. I have really missed worshiping with our kids. They teach me so much about Jesus, and I just needed them and missed them in my walk and in my life. And so I'm really, really excited to be worshiping with them again. So that's our Sunday mornings. If you have a question about Sunday mornings, put that in the back of your brain and hold it for just a moment. And we're going to move on to our midweek discipleship time. So for midweek discipleship, we are not doing workshops right now. I'm really sad. We're not doing quizzing at church right now. I'm really sad. I know. But what we're going to do, we're going to offer 3 options to choose from. The first option will start not this week, but the next week, I think is the 14th. All of these options will start on the 14th. Resources, this is the first option. It's an at-home option. So here's the option. Resources will be sent to families every Wednesday with an activity idea, a time for worship, an engaging Bible story video, and discussion questions. This is a super fun video. It's a good time. Families can participate in this time at any point throughout the week, and it will pick up from our conversations together the previous Sunday morning. So the same scripture passage that we talk about on Sunday morning is the same story we're going to look at again on Wednesday nights, but it'll be told a little bit differently. We'll have different activities, and we'll have different discussion questions. We'll just get to look at it in a fresh way. That's option number 1. Option number 2 is a small group option. So this is families will have the option to participate in weekly discipleship time in small groups. They'll use the same resources that are sent out every Wednesday night, and families can choose to meet up with a few others from church at a time and place that works for them. So if this sounds like something that you'd like to do, like you're watching online maybe, or you're here and you're like, yeah, Pastor Emily, that's my thing, that's what I'm going to do, but I don't really know who I would like to meet with, that's okay. We have a sign-up sheet for you. So if you'd like to participate in this way, but you're not sure of a small group that you'd like to join or that you're not a part of already, you can scan this QR code to join one. So this will lead you to a Google sign-up sheet. We'll help compose some small groups on our end of things, and then you guys can take it from there. And I'm excited to hear about how those small groups work out for you. Option number 3 is a little bit different. Option number 3 is an in-person option. This option is going to start October 14th, and we are going to call it The Village at Shawnee. The Village is going to be a super fun, hilarious, all-family weekly activity and experience. For now, we'll meet in the sanctuary, and families will be able to spread out, and families will stay together this whole time. So parents, you won't check your kids in and leave them. This will be an all-family activity, kind of like our family fun nights before, but we'll need to stay kind of as families throughout the sanctuary. We won't have any check-in set up, and the Village will be from 6:30 to 7:30 every Wednesday, and Benito's really excited about it. I am too. It's going to be really fun. So those are kind of our 3 midweek discipleship options for now. If you have a question about those nights, those times, just put that in the back of your head. We're going to keep on going. All right. Early childhood. Sundays beginning October 11th, the same Sunday that we will be starting kids worship. Our plan is right now to have the nursery available for ages birth through early 3. We're not, is that right, Elizabeth? Can you give me a head nod, or we're not sure? Okay, yeah, it's what parents are feeling comfortable with and volunteers are feeling comfortable with. We're kind of still figuring all of that out, but that's kind of our tentative plan at this point. So for early childhood, birth through early 3, that'll kind of be our tentative, maybe possibly start date for that. For now, cul-de-sac kiddos, so non-nursery cul-de-sac kiddos, our preschool age kids, will be welcome to join us in the neighborhood on Sunday mornings. We'll have some faces that will be familiar to them that will help us with our younger worshipers in the neighborhood. And yeah, I'm excited to get to hang out with our cul-de-sac kids for a little bit. It'll be really, really fun. On Wednesdays, beginning October 14th, again, tentative, we'll have nursery open and available based on the comfort of our volunteers and the comfort of our families at that time. That'll be the same night that the village starts as well. And then our younger worshipers, our cul-de-sac worshipers, are also welcome to join us in the village too. So families, you just make choices that are most comfortable and best for you, and we're doing our best to support you and to provide what you need at this time. Those are our early childhood pieces for now. If you have questions, we'll get back to it, I promise. Small groups, we are not starting Sunday school at this time, but we'll let you know when and if that changes. So that's kind of our small group piece for now. If you're wanting to join a midweek small group, refer back to the previous QR code that was shared. But that's kind of our plan for now. We're just going to hold off on Sunday school and kind of figure out all of these new pieces that we're adding in this month. Outreach. We are continuing to dream about our outreach in these days and the unique ways that we can serve our community together. For now, here are some things that we're doing to reach out to our community. We are supporting our families every week through ATPS and our academic support. I'm really, really grateful for all of our teachers that are doing so much to help support our community. I got to hang out with some of our kiddos in academic support for a little bit today, and our teachers are just doing so much, and I'm so, so grateful for the love that they are pouring out. They are praying over our kids every day. They are reminding our kids how loved and safe they are by Jesus and by them, and I'm just really grateful for all that is happening in our building throughout the week. It is good to be a part of this community. Our hope is to offer a parents' night out for our families as soon as it's safe to do so. So that's kind of on our radar, that we'd love to begin a routine of offering for our parents and our kids. But right now, that's kind of been placed on the docket until it's safe for us to do that. We're really excited to be able to offer that to our families in this community and in Shawnee. And then lastly, we'd love your ideas and help as we continue to live into our mission of being a people who serve and love the world and each other. So that is, we've covered so far, we've covered Sunday morning, Wednesdays or midweek discipleship. We've covered early childhood, small groups, and outreach. We have a few more pieces. This next one is a pretty big change. What? Oh, hi. How are you? Good. Pastor Jeff's going to come explain. This next one's a pretty big change for us in the next few years. We're going to look at preteen ministry for a second. So, we're making a shift over the next few years for what preteen ministry at Shawnee looks like. I'll explain our reasoning in a second, but for now, this is kind of what that's going to be. This year, fall 2020, our preteens at Shawnee will be our current 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. That will be preteen ministry at Shawnee. 4th, 5th, 6th, fall of 2020. Next year, fall of 2021, our preteens at Shawnee will be our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. Same thing. Fall of 2021, next year. That's kind of going to be what our preteen ministry at Shawnee looks like. In the fall of 2022, so not next year, but another year from now, both incoming 6th and 7th graders will be promoted up to NYI, and preteen ministry will then be 4th and 5th graders. So 6th grade, after fall 2022, 6th grade will be included in NYI, Nazarene Youth International, in the youth group part of Shawnee. This has been a choice, a decision that we have not made lightly as a staff. It's been something that we've really prayed over, really for the last about year and a half. The district has decided about a year and a half ago to make this shift, and we've been thinking ever since then if we needed to follow or if there were other things that we needed to continue, reasons for keeping our 6th graders in kids ministry. Personally, I'm going to miss worshiping with our 6th graders. I lose out on a year with them, and I'm kind of grieving that a little bit. But we did this because, for one, we wanted to follow the district. The district's changing their events to kind of fit these age models, and we wanted to follow their leadership in this. Secondly, a lot of our school districts are changing to include 6th grade in middle school. And as a result of those things, but even larger, as a cultural shift that has happened in the previous years, I think our kids are being forced to grow up faster. I don't think the church is making our kids grow up faster. I don't see that as evident in our church, in the ministries of the church, either locally or in the district level. I think our culture is making kids grow up faster. And we as a church feel like we need to accommodate those worldviews that are shifting so much for our preteens. One example that made this really evident for me was last fall. I went on our preteen retreat with our 5th and 6th graders last fall and had some really incredible conversations with our girls. We stayed up late, talking about lots of questions that they had, faith questions, moral questions. We talked about lots of things that they were experiencing in their lives. And as much as I loved having that time to process with them and to get to talk about what it means to follow Jesus and sort through these questions and wrestle with alcohol or sexuality or lots of other things that they were really struggling with, I realized that really we don't get to spend a lot of time in kids ministry on those sorts of questions. We don't get to spend enough time in kids ministry on those questions. And so I want to make sure, and Pastor Christian wants to make sure, that our 6th graders are given lots of space to feel safe to ask hard questions and to wrestle through whatever their world, their culture is telling them, to be able to bring that into the safe space of the community of the church and to get to process that together. So that's why we're making that shift. Slowly, we want to make sure that all of our preteens get 2 full years in preteen ministry. We feel like that's really important. But we do feel like this is an important thing for us. One thing that we want to just also reassure families with is that there will be a really intentional middle school discipleship piece that will be forming soon for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So they will have a small group time with leaders that are really pouring into their lives, are really invested in them. We're praying for those people and are excited for those small group times for our middle schoolers to be able to process and be together. So I'm really excited. All I have to say, I'm really excited for preteen ministry this year and adding in our 4th graders this year to all of that. It'll be really fun. We have a preteen fall event starting. It's on October 24th, so you want to make sure to write that in your calendar. If you have a 4th, 5th, or 6th grader, they are invited to this fall event. It's going to be really fun. The Donaldsons are planning some really good stuff for us, so I'm really, really excited. More details will be sent out soon on that. That brings me to lead team. So lead team is a group of now 4th, 5th, or 6th graders who decided to commit to being leaders in the church. They get opportunities to help lead in multiple areas of the church, learn leadership skills, grow closer to God and to one another. And they get to spend extra time with adult leaders who are devoted to getting to know them and support them. The lead team is my go-to when I need help with ministry, and we get to decide together some of what we do here at Shawnee. It's really cool. I love the lead team. I couldn't do what I do without them, and I'm so, so grateful for them. So if you're 4th, 5th, or 6th grader, or you're a parent of a 4th, 5th, or 6th grader, and you're asking, cool, I want to do that, how do I join? Here's what it looks like. First, there's an application that you'll fill out. And then there's 2 reference letters that you will need to have someone who's not your family fill out, which might be harder for some of us in the church than for others. But you'll have to find 2 people who are not your family. I would love it if they could go to Shawnee. If they were members of Shawnee, you could find 2 people, and they're going to write a letter about character and talents and graces that they see at work in your life and send those to me. So we'll read through those, and then we will determine our lead team for this next year. I have applications down on this front row. Hadley, I think, are you our only 4th, 5th, or 6th grader that's here? Yeah. If you want to pick up an application, it's here. If you are not here and you are interested in an application, you can scan this QR code, and it will take you there, hopefully. Let me know if you have any issues. Because maternity leave was the way it was, and we're kind of getting a late start to this year, it's a quick turnaround. I think last year I gave our kids like 3 months notice to get these turned in. I need these applications in by October 11th, which is a week and a half away. It is a tight turnaround, but I think you can do it. It's not a super long application process, but that is a hard deadline because our first training is going to be October 11th in the evening. So that is the time. If you don't get it in by October 11th, you'll have to try again next year, and I'll be bummed. But October 11th is our due date for those applications. I'm so excited to get to know a new team of leaders. Not totally new. We have some leaders from last year that I hope will be joining us again. But I'm really excited. Quickly, this is the commitment. If you're asking, okay, but what's this time commitment going to look like? Here's what it is. It's weekly services, so Sunday morning worship in the village on Wednesday nights. If you need to join those online or in person, both of those are totally okay. But I do need you to be there for both of those times every week. I need you to be participating at our 9:30 prayer time on Sunday mornings. That can be on Zoom or in person. Both of those are totally okay. And then you'll have lead team training once a month. So the first Wednesday night of the month typically is when we'll have our lead team training. In that QR code that is there, or in this packet down here, is the schedule of all our lead team trainings for the whole year. It's 1 night a month, and we'll give you dinner too. You'll get some food. So that'll be really fun. So that's the commitment. Parents and guardians, because consistent attendance is so integral to the success of the lead team, you have a huge part to play with this. Because our lead teamers model leadership through presence and involvement, your commitment to helping them be present this year is a must. So consider joining this team the same way you would a soccer team. Practices and games become priority. And so for lead team, trainings and Sunday mornings and Wednesday nights become priority too. I really believe in this, and I believe that it does a lot to develop and mentor our preteens, as well as give them space to lead the church today and to have a really active voice in determining what that ministry looks like. And I'm just so privileged to be able to walk alongside and learn from our preteens. Like I said, our lead team kickoff training is October 11th. So I'm going to mark your calendars for that as well. Okay, events. We have 2 more things to get to. Events, all district events right now are penciled in. They are right now in that booklet that you might have scanned at the beginning. But those are also on the district website. So like things like preteen retreat, JMR, third and fourth lock-in. Those are all on the calendar right now. And so we're going to plan for those, but they might be changed last minute or not so last minute, and we'll just kind of go with whatever that looks like as we've been doing. Right now, we have our 5K planned for April, and we're hoping that that will work out. Our committee met last spring, and we'll hopefully be meeting soon. And I'm really, really excited for our second annual 5K and for all that we have been dreaming about for that event. And then our Shawnee 500 we have planned for May as kind of a family fun night to end out our Wednesday nights of the year. So those are kind of our events that are in the calendar. We're keeping it pretty light and penciled in right now, but we're excited for those times. Lastly, if you're a volunteer with us here at Shawnee, we are really, really, really thankful for you. We've been sending out some surveys the last few weeks that are trying to gauge your comfort level and your desire for in-person engagement right now. We're dreaming about what all that can look like. And I just want to reiterate that we appreciate you so much and that we never want you to feel pressured or coerced to participate in person at all if you're not quite comfortable with it yet. We are grateful for you and want to make sure that you're doing everything you need to feel safe and healthy. And so we're just fully in support of whatever that looks like. And I just want to reiterate that. We hope that you'll be a part of all of our volunteer events if you're a volunteer at Shawnee, but we need your commitment at least 2 out of 3 of them. So this meeting is one of those 3 volunteer things that we offer. We're really glad that you're here. If you're here, yeah. We have Team Day, training every available minister on February 27th, and that will be another one of those opportunities for you. And then lastly, we'll be having an appreciation dinner for you on May 16th that we would love for you to be a part of. We're going to start some new volunteer things in November. I'm going to be starting just some more regular rhythms of appreciation for you. And so we're just dreaming some things for that, and I'm excited. If you're not a volunteer and you are just stumbling upon this on Facebook and you're like, Pastor Emily, I would love to become involved with children's ministry. So glad that you're here. If that's the case, this is kind of what that onboarding process looks like for us here at Shawnee. First, I have applications. So just shoot me a text or an email and let me know that you're interested, and I will send you an application that you can fill out and send back to me. Then we'll meet together either on Zoom or in person, whatever you're more comfortable with. And I just want to get to know you and hear about your passion and why you want to help volunteer and worship with our kids at Shawnee. And then lastly, we have ministry safe and background checks that we do just regularly as part of our volunteer rhythm here at Shawnee to make sure that we're all staying informed and helping each other be safe in all of our spaces. I'll hold that thought because that doesn't really apply for us right now. But let me know if you have any problems with ministry safe, keep keeping those updated. That's kind of been on the back burner for us in these last few days because we haven't had volunteers, but we'll be kind of jumping back into those rhythms. So don't be surprised if you receive an email saying you need to update your ministry safe or your background check. That is probably going to happen for some of us. So all that to say, I'm done. Now is the time. Do you guys have any questions for us? I see a few hands here in the sanctuary. As I'm getting to them, if you're joining us online, feel free to just drop a comment in the section, and Braxton will be letting me know what those questions are. So, Hadley, what's your question? Hadley asked where she gets the application for lead team. Those are right here in this front pew. You can come up and grab them now if you want, or you can wait. There's a big clip. You'll just have to unclip it. If you're not here in the sanctuary, that QR code will lead you. Wow, Braxton, you're amazing. Truman, what's your question? What is it? Gum is chewable. I don't know if you should eat it, but gum is chewable. So I don't know if you define gum as edible or not. To let us know. Callum. Did you say, are we going to do anything fun today, or is this it? Unfortunately, this is it. I've had fun because I've got to see you, and that's been fun for me. But I'm sorry. Yeah. Maybe we could ask your dad to do like some interpretive dancing or something. That'd be fun. No? Okay. You've seen that already. Addie Ellie. Addie, what's your question? Yeah, let me know if it comes back to you. Braxton, do we have any questions on Facebook? Perfect. Cool. Sorry about that, Danielle, and our other friends who might be trying to access one of those QR codes. I might not have the Google Doc open for all viewers. So I'll go back and make sure that those are all open. And then that same link should work for you once I do that. Sorry about that. That's a good question, Diana. Diana asked if, sorry, I should reiterate the question since you all can't probably hear me. Asked if I liked cereal dry or with milk. With milk, always. Milk is like my favorite food in and of itself. So I drink milk with almost every meal, and I love it so much. So yes, always with milk. That's long and short of it. I found, little segue here because we have some time. I found this cup. Tell me if you guys have seen this, where you put milk in the bottom of the cup and then you put cereal in the top of the cup, and then you can like eat it or drink it and you get like cereal milk. And then you can eat the cereal. It's like a to-go cereal container. It keeps the cereal away from the milk until you're ready for it, and then they mix, and it's amazing. And yeah, this is October, which is Pastor Appreciation Month, so that might be something that you want to buy for one of your pastors. I'm not sure. Any other questions? Okay. Do you have a question, Elizabeth? Okay. Friends, I'm really, really thankful for you. These are weird days to navigate together, and it's a privilege to navigate them together. I'm so grateful that we aren't alone in all of this, but that we are a community even when we are distanced from one another. And I just want you to hear that. I know that I say that, I think, every week, but I want you to hear tonight that you're not alone. Wherever you're at, if you're on top of the clouds and you're loving this time still, if you're feeling super overwhelmed, if you are sick of it all, or if you're feeling all of that at once, you are not alone. And I'm really, really grateful to be walking this journey with you. I'm also here to help in any way that I can. So if there are ways that I can be supporting you, that we as a staff can be supporting you, that the CMLT can be supporting you, please reach out. We would love nothing more than to walk alongside you in a tangible way. So I'm grateful for you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. And I think that's all. So thanks for joining us. And yeah, that's